I, Moses Gitonga, I solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee, respect of matters before the committee, shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Next, Sami Dana.
I, Sami Dana, I do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Okay, so Moses Gitonga, please just take the mic. Tell us what you do at Nairobi City County Assembly.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Moses Gitonga Jeru. I'm an accountant and a member of ISPAC.
What is your role? What is your official designation in the County Assembly?
My designation is I'm reporting section, where I assist the principal accountant in preparation of financial statements,
So you are,
among other jobs.
You are principal accountant?
No, I'm saying that I assist.
What is your title?
Accountant 2.
Accountant?
2.
Accountant 2. Are you a member of ISPAC?
Yes, I am, Mr. Chair.
What is your membership number?
I can't recall often.
Once again, I'll ask you, are you a member of ISPAC?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I am.
How much time do you need us to give you to get your membership number?
A day.
Why 1 day?
Or even before the end of this session, I can provide my number.
No. Isn't there a register of members? And Sami,
No.
so this, is this Sami or this is Moses? This is Gitonga.
Yes.
Please be very careful with the manner in which you are proceeding.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And we are not going to take any conduct that will be contemptuous to this House. We have very serious powers, including fining you on the spot. So be very careful.
No, sir, Mr. Chair.
If you are a member of ISPAC, isn't there a register of members that is electronic?
Yes, there is.
And online?
Yes.
If you go to the website, are you able to retrieve it?
Even if you can see, they can check for you.
Yes. Can you get us your membership number before we confirm that you are a member of the institute?
Mr. Chair.
Chair, could I just a minute? Why are you looking at what's your ID number?
223.
Yes.
592.
Yes.
14.
What's your ISPAC number?
It starts with 138.
Why do you have to go to the phone?
I don't want to just give the number.
Why do you want to go to the phone?
Just confirm first.
Confirm your ISPAC number. And that is your professional number. You see, when I asked you about your ID, you've just given it to me. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It means I can't trust what you're telling me.
Mr. Chair, I can give my number, then it can be confirmed. But I'm a member of ISPAC, yeah.
Now, Moses Gitonga, clerk, you've got an electronic gadget, because next time he's going to say it does not have bundles. Just go to the ISPAC website. Where were you going to confirm it from?
I'm just having a seat here, then I check.
No. Can you confirm it electronically?
I have some certificates in my email. Where
there is a members register online.
I can also
does your name appear on the members register for ISPAC?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, clerk, just provision him with a phone or a tablet. Go to the website and let's search for that ID number for Moses Gitonga Ngene.
Go to that interface of ISPAC. You can check the number.
Moses Gitonga, where are you taking that laptop?
Getting to your website, let me show you to the website.
Okay, I will give you 1 minute. In that 1 minute, the visiting delegation from the Kingdom of Eswatini, I wish to thank you for your patience. It is a rather embarrassing day, but that is a work of oversight. In fact, if it is not embarrassing, then maybe you're not doing something right. If it was just praise and worship and hallelujah, then that would show that we have abdicated our duty. But these are some of the challenges we are facing in our system of governance, that county governments are fairly young. But being young, they think that they can manage public resources as if they were private resources. So it is our duty to ensure that the standards, the laws and regulations apply without fear or favor. So I don't know whether, Maurice, there'll be an opportunity later on before the delegation moves to Uganda for us to do a recap. I know you are generally generous, but mean at the same time, because you work for the Auditor General. If you can organize a cocktail or a recap evening, then we can share a lot of reflections coming from this experience, and we can also learn from the delegation. I know you are under pressure to proceed to the next meeting, and so I will allow you to proceed, but also express our gratitude. And please, Deputy Speaker, present our compliments to the Speaker of your House, both the Senate and the other House, and assure them of our regards, and we hope that we'll continue working together between Eswatini and Kenya.
Thank you very much, Chair. We have really learned a lot, and I think based on your availability, we can consult, and then we have some get-together where we can then exchange further on this subject. Otherwise, we are very happy to have undergone this session. They have seen for themselves how Kenya handles issues of audit. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice. The Sergeant-at-Arms shall guide the delegation quietly as we proceed. Speaker, I will grant you a short leave, but because the board is here, the clerk is here, we shall proceed. Just don't stay out for too long. I think 5 minutes is more than enough. We come back to Moses Gitonga. What's your membership number?
Mr. Chair, my membership number is 13814.
13814. Can you confirm that you are the one who signed the financial statements for Nairobi City County Assembly for the financial year ended 30th June 2021?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I signed for principal accountant.
Why did you sign for principal accountant and not on your own behalf as a professional?
Mr. Chair, as Mr. Speaker said earlier, during that year under review, we had some issues within the institution. Initially, what happens, being a junior office accountant too, I usually just prepare the ledgers and give them to principal accountant for the preparation and the review of financial statement. But given that given period, after the principal accountant prepared the financial statement, midway, it was interdicted, as said earlier, and then there was an issue of compliance in which the responses and the preparation of financial statement, they were supposed to be done. And that's where I came in, Mr. Chair.
Did you have the capacity to sign these financial statements as a professional?
Yes, Mr. Chair, being a member of ISPAC, yes, I was.
Did you have the functional capacity to sign these financial statements? You could have a driver who's a member of the institute. Does that driver then have the functional capacity to sign financial statements?
Mr. Chair, being in the reporting section, I can't lie to this committee that if not, I was supposed to sign the financial statement, but being a member of ISPAC, give me that leeway to sign for the principal.
I have given you the illustration. You are a driver.
Yes.
And you're a member of ISPAC. Can you sign the financial statements because the substantive office holder is interdicted?
Mr. Chair, If the mandate does not fall under me, I'm not supposed to sign.
So did you have the functional power to sign these financial statements?
For the power, Mr. Chair, no, but for the functional, I can sign the financial statement being the member of ISPAC.
Why then didn't you append your membership number? Because appending the number is assigning professional responsibility. You have spoken about yourself being a highly vaunted member of the institution. Why didn't you then put your professional number?
It's true, Mr. Chair. I did not indicate my number. As I said earlier, there was issue of compliance, and the principal accountant whom I report to left some days before this document was submitted to the Auditor General. And being the member of ISPAC, I was guided to sign for those documents to be submitted to the Auditor General.
In your view, who should take responsibility for the accuracies or inaccuracies of this financial statement? Who should take professional responsibility?
I think it is the office of the principal accountant.
There is professional responsibility. The ISPAC number is not assigned to an office. It is assigned to an individual. So which professional should take responsibility for this financial statement?
As per the financial statement, it is Samindana. Because the number is up.
Who was on interdiction?
Yes,
Did Samindana sign this financial statement?
he did not sign.
Are you trying to set up Samindana?
No, Mr. Chair, I'm not setting him because you have the document with you and the number is there. So it will be sound.
So you
Yeah,
signed
Chair.
these financial statements
On
as
behalf-
a professional, then you are saying the person to carry the cross is Samindana. What are you trying to tell us? You think this is a high school disciplinary committee?
No, Mr. Chair.
Senator Onyonka.
Chair, my brother, I want to ask you. You signed on behalf of Mr. Ndana, right?
Yes.
Who told you to do that?
This document, as I
Who
said,
told you?
Who told you to do that?
it was the acting principal accountant then.
Who was then? Mention his name.
She is Aris Kaoga, who is not here.
What did she tell you to do? I didn't ask you to tell me whether she's here or not.
Mr. Chair, this is what happened. As I said earlier, it was an issue
Wait
of
a minute, Moses. There was an acting principal
accountant.
So the principal accountant is on interdiction. There is an acting principal accountant.
Yes.
Why couldn't they sign?
She was not a member of ISPAC, and also the issue.
And the name is
Aris
Alice who?
Kaoga.
Is
So,
Alice still in the county assembly?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Alice is still a staff in the County Assembly of Nairobi.
Is Alice here?
No, it's not in.
What is the qualification to be a principal accountant?
You must be a member of ISPAC.
And you
apart
act
from
in a position whose requirements you do not possess.
of course, you cannot be allowed to act
Because
on a
if
position.
anyone was to act then, it should have been this gentleman to act, since he was the one who was certified. Anyway, continue.
so the last question I wanted to ask you,
Yes, Chair.
you took these documents and signed them on behalf of Mr. Ndana. Mr. Ndana was at home, and then you have brought these documents here. Explain to me as a senator, what do I assume? What did you do? In a very simple way.
Now, Mr. Chairman, in preparation of financial statement, it is a process. Initially, in Nairobi County Assembly, we use manual rangers.
Don't go to the software. You signed this thing on behalf of Mr. Ndana.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, and here now. Should we accept them as documents which are correctly deposed with us, or can I make an assumption that this was just an exercise of fraud?
Mr. Chair, it was not an exercise of fraud. As I said earlier, those financial statements they were prepared by a team, and I can confirm.
Do you have letter from the lady who told you to sign on behalf, asking me to sign?
No, because
Thank you. My question is there.
Senator Maria Muma.
Chair, I think the accountant, he don't know his role as an accountant, because if you are doing with, if you are working on these crucial documents as a financial statement, is it ethical to sign for somebody on behalf of a person as a professional body, as an accountant?
Mr. Chair, I can't lie on that. I'm not sure. If I'm not supposed to sign for.
Are you, as you are saying, you are CPA,
Yes, I am.
ISPAC?
Yes.
Is it ethical to sign for?
As I said earlier, Mr. Chair, I'm not sure. I can't see if it's true.
Chair, that's a
But-
professional question.
It's a professional question.
That's a professional question, and I think the West should be able to answer.
I'm an
that.
accountant also.
The-
I'm a CPA like you.
Honorable
Is it
Chair.
ethical to sign for any financial document on behalf of somebody?
Yes, you can sign some documents if you are in that given office.
If you have the role,
Yeah,
the
if you have the money
mandate,
too.
are you having the mandate of the principal accountant?
Mr. Chair, when I come back, what the chairman said earlier, it was the matter
Yes
of
or
function.
no?
No.
Then, Chair, on that scenario, I cannot remember his name.
Moses.
I am
Moses, maybe go back to school to know of the ethical standard of accountant, because you are not supposed to sign any financial, any document, monetary issues to sign on behalf of somebody. So, my conclusion, is this a forgery?
Mr. Chair, as I said earlier, it is not a forgery. It was not a forgery.
Why you contradict yourself? Because this is a forgery. You sign on behalf of, what is forgery?
Mr. Chair, if you can allow me to explain a bit what the chairman asked me earlier,
What is a forgery?
it's just presenting a document which is not real, is fake.
What is signing on behalf of somebody? Where do we put it?
That's why, Mr. Chair,
Where we classify it as a forgery or what?
I can say it is not a forgery. It was a functional issue which had to comply.
Chair to you.
So, Chair, very quickly. So, in other words,
Senator Gata.
Moses Gitonga, you were acting on delegated powers,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
and you went to obey your boss,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
who also happens to be not a member of the ISPAC.
If I was not a member of ISPAC, I could have not be told my boss to sign those documents.
So, your boss who happened not to be a member of the ISPAC.
Yes.
But you said it was not in writing, the instructions to sign this financial
Mr.
statement.
Chair,
Were they writing on a verbal the way they
it was not in writing because I was in the reporting section. So you saw the real person in that those documents are supposed to
So,
be
you
signed.
felt promoted. You felt.
I just found the instruction from my boss then so that those financial statements can be relevant.
It was just to tick a box, not to fulfill your professional responsibility.
No, Mr. Chair, because I was also involved in the process of preparation of financial statement through preparation of rangers.
Are you familiar with the reporting requirements under the Section 164 of the PFM Act on who prepares financial statements?
If I'm not wrong, Mr. Chair, it is the accounting officer.
Who was the accounting officer during that period?
It was Castro Otieno.
Castro Otieno.
Yes. He was
in
acting. He was acting.
in that office in a substantive role or in an acting role?
He was acting by then because of the issues which had in the assembly.
Mr. Clerk, if you are an acting clerk and the assembly processes an impeachment motion, are you able to convey that impeachment motion to the Senate as an acting clerk?
No, Chair.
It has been tested, and I believe that what the clerk is saying is the fact in law. The deputy governor of Kisii cannot be replaced. The writs cannot be issued because you don't have the chair of a commission. There are limitations to the functions and powers of someone in an acting capacity, be it the acting principal accountant, be it an acting clerk. There are serious limitations. And those who have been there, Mheshimiwa Shege, when you're processing the impeachment of the Nairobi governor, that is when you brought back this man and made him a substantive clerk so that he could convey the message to the Senate. And then you can fire him later. Yeah. So, members, Speaker, and you will, I think you need to sympathize with me. I was of the view that we needed to process this report, but you cannot process a report that on the surface of it is a forgery. We are not going to process a financial statement that was not signed by the person who is mandated to sign it. We are not, you know, there are so many irregularities that have come up. So Sami is interdicted, Alice is appointed in acting capacity, Alice does not have the qualification, then Alice goes and looks for Moses Gitonga because he is the one who does not have a backbone, then he just comes and signs, purporting to be Sami Ndana. And he comes here on oath and says that the person who should take responsibility for these statements is Sami Ndana and not him. It's a waste of time. This requires a forensic audit.
I really am concerned about the auditor. Did you at any given time try to win through what the chair is concerned about? OAG?
Okay.
Because you have not captured anything that you have mentioned about some of these unprofessional irregularities that are before us now. OAG.
Thank you, Member. The responsibility of submitting the financial statement is vested with the accounting officer. And therefore, when these financial statements are presented to the Auditor General, the general understanding is that all these, even signing for, the authority for somebody to sign for has been granted in line with the law. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, could I ask the OAG, could I make a very simple request? And I really need your advice on this. Given what we are going through since morning, would I be wrong if I demanded that we actually make a recommendation that we have all these 4 years for the Nairobi County Assembly to have a forensic audit which is done professionally, for the simple reason that anybody or people who might be culpable, then they will directly be held responsible as soon as the audit is finished within a period of time.
OAG?
Thank you, through the chair. Indeed, it is worrying that the verdict is adverse over these years. And given the governance challenges that were being experienced over those years and the lapse in terms of preparation of the financial statements, then that will be the most appropriate scene.
Thank you, sir. Chair, for me, I rest my case. I don't think there's anything much you're doing here.
Okay, Gitonga, you can, before you take your seat, you gave us your membership number.
Yes, Mr.
Is your membership current?
I think there is a 1 year backlog, but I've renewed.
So if there's a backlog, are you a member of the institute?
Yes, I am a member.
Moses Gitonga, are you a member? You're a member of the institute, but are you a member in good standing?
No.
And what does that mean?
This is as we speak for this current year, but previously up to that period, I was in good standing. but currently, no, I'm not in good
So
standing.
when were you in last? When were you last in good standing?
From last year, it's only this year.
And what is your role in the assembly right now?
I just, as I said, that is that my job is more of a clerical preparing the rangers. Then I found to principal accountant for
A
preparation.
clerical preparing ledgers. You
Yes.
end up signing financial statements. Speaker, you're running a joke. You're not running an institution. And I hope that from here, you're going to go back and sit with your board. And you're going to demand the clerk to explain to you the measures he's taking to professionalize the running of Nairobi City County Assembly. You must put in place a proper structure. You must put in place a bureaucracy. I know you're a politician. Yes, you guys are doing your politics right or wrong, from whichever perspective one looks at it. But the bureaucracy must be in place as per the PFM Act and as per the PFM regulations. This perhaps could have been the situation in that financial year. But listening to this young man, I feel like there's still a problem. You must clean that house. Clerk, are you acting or substantive?
Thank you, Chair. Substantive.
You're substantive.
Correct.
So you have a substantive clerk, you have a substantive speaker. Is there any problem? Is there any limitation that would stop you from putting in place a proper staff establishment, a professional structure, a proper bureaucracy, particularly in financial management? Speaker, as the chair of the board, do you foresee any problem?
Chairman, it is true that we are going through a lot because coming from the second assembly, which was actually not in place by then, because I say it was not in place because it was non-functional for a period of close to 3 years. And there are several things which happened out of political differences that you find most of the people occupying these offices, one, either on acting capacity or they really don't qualify, but they have been holding these positions for a period of time, maybe 2 years. So scaling them down is also another issue altogether. So
how is your management committee? Who are the members of the management committee, and what is their status? Moses, you can maybe take a seat. I'll call you back when we need you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Because the management committee, clerk.
Thank you, Chair. The managed committee is composed of directors.
Just name them. Just list the functions. The first one is a clerk.
The first one, the clerk.
Which is substantive.
I have 2 deputy clerks. One in charge of administration services, the other one in charge of legislative services.
Are they acting or substantive?
Substantive.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have directors who are substantive.
No, name them.
We have a director in charge of financial services.
That's substantive?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a director in charge of legislative services.
Substantive?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a director in charge of information services.
Substantive?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
We have a director in charge of human resource management.
Mm-hmm.
Substantive.
Yes.
We have a director in charge of Speaker's office.
Speaker's office?
Yes.
Does that sit in the management committee? The management committee is defined in law. I thought so.
It's an employee.
What is the legal underpinning of the management committee in a county assembly? It is provided for in law.
Yes. These are officers who work under the office of the clerk.
No, let us go to the legal provision for establishment of the management committee of a county assembly. Legal?
It is
legal. Just read it out for us.
It is It is in the County Assembly Service Act.
Yes, I've got a legal officer who's going to look it up. The reason why I'm asking this question is that if so far all these people are in substantive positions, why can't you effect the necessary organizational changes to make sure that Nairobi City County Assembly is run like a proper institution?
Thank you, Chair. Arising from the many challenges that have been there before, over time, I think we have had a bad culture, organizational culture, which the board is working.
But Chair, is almost 1 year down the line, almost 2 years now. I think, you know, we can't keep on, you want to behave like some other quarters where the brave is pushed to the other previous regime. It's almost 2 years now. We can't keep on saying, oh, we are disorganized, we were, you know.
And Nairobi cannot complain of capacity, because
we
looking at even the members of the board and even the delegation that is here, I don't think Nairobi County Assembly can complain of lacking capacity.
Chair, the mission here is quite different from running the assembly professional. I think they have a very different mission altogether. The mission is quite unique. I've never seen such a confused institution.
So we must bring them back to the mission.
Yeah, they must come back.
That's our mandate.
You know,
as a Senate.
we are
Bring them
supposed to
back
be an
to
example.
that mission.
Other countries are supposed to run from you. This is the city. We have been to so many cities across the world. Look at Kigali, look at any other city around. Nairobi. We are struggling with counties, far-flung areas in northeastern. Nairobi, hapa sasa.
I think that summarizes the frustration that we have, because we have dealt with 46 other county assemblies, and we would expect better out of Nairobi, knowing that Nairobi brings together the best of the best. I don't think that you'd have a problem in Nairobi in attracting talent. I've seen other counties where they struggle with attracting talent, but not Nairobi. But that then should yield results. We should not be hearing someone take the witness stand and on one hand say that he's a junior clerk, on the other hand he says he can sign financial statements. On one hand says he's a member of the institute, on the other hand says he's not in good standing. And when you're not in good standing, there are only two things. It's either professional negligence or professional reasons, or lack of subscription, or lack of active participation in the affairs of the institute. And those are the people who are certifying your financial statements. So, okay, sir, who are members of the County Assembly Management Committee?
Yes, thank you, Chair. The County Assembly Services Act number 24 of 2019 under Section 28 speaks to the establishment of a management committee. It reads, the board shall establish a committee known as a management committee, which shall be responsible for advising the board on matters relating to the functions and powers of the board under Sections 11 and 12. The management committee shall consist of the clerk, the deputy clerk, the heads of department, and such other officers as the board may determine. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so and such other officers as the board may determine. So maybe that's where the speaker, director speaker's office comes in. But from the look of things, everyone is substantive, including the sergeant at arms. I think is supposed to be part of that.
The title is Director Security Services.
So what is the problem in establishing a proper institutional structure, Mr. Speaker?
The problem is actually we are picking up the pieces. It's not easy from where we are coming from. We have really been trying, and that's why the board just some time ago advertised some positions so that all the positions become substantive.
No, even the
it's
position
not been easy.
It's not a problem, because the management committee, I can see, they are substantive office holders. So there are some counties where the entire management committee is acting, so decisions cannot be made. Here, yours is okay. Everyone is, yeah, who's the